Welcome, friends. Welcome to today's Reconsider It live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. And here on this live stream, you are gonna get a very nice tinkering in the studio session. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. My regulars know what it is. Over the next hour, question mark more. We're gonna be hanging out, doing some improvised live looping. It's all vocals. Everything you're hearing right now, it's all made only from vocals. Going into these loopers, and the loopers have sound effects that makes it sound like, you know, whatever instrument this is, whatever this bass line is. But it's all just my vocals. We're gonna be hanging out, doing some looping. It's gonna be real great. I'm also gonna be bringing in the Hydrasynth. Boy, that's gonna be nice. At this time, my friends, we are in a warm-up phase. We are hanging out, getting the blood flowing. And here in this warm-up phase, when we're chilling out to this foundation of a beat that I put together before the stream began, I'm going to be building on this beat as we continue on. But right now, in this warm-up phase, I need to celebrate. I need to celebrate you. Thank you for being here. However it is that you have joined us, whether you are here with us live in the chat, or you are here with us live but you are not in the chat, or you are joining us after the stream, watching on replay. However it is that you are joining us, thank you for being here. I'm going to celebrate you at this time in this way. I've got my drink. I'm going to clink the screen on the count of 3. And at that time, you are invited to join the rest of us as we cheers along and celebrate our togetherfulness. And it all begins on 1, which is very nice. It's a good place to begin. Begins on 1, that's good. 2. Ah, yeah. 3. Clink. Cheers, my friend. Please like this video. So here we are in this tinkering stream, my friends. We have the foundation of a beat for my musician friends who like to jam along. This one is tuned to the key of F sharp. Beats per minute is 143.6. By the way, if it's not obvious what I'm doing, I'm currently cycling through some different sounds in the synth here that I'll use to jam along. I see right now that Viral Me has joined us in the chat. right now with us in the chat. I see that we are fortunate to be graced by Thomas. See right now in the chat, Thomas has a couple of chats. Thomas says, "Welcome in my life too," and I say that is very touching. I am touched. I am most welcoming to your reciprocal welcome message. Thomas also says, "Nice t-shirt." If you're just listening right now and you're not watching, what Thomas is referring to is this shirt that just says "nah." I'm in a very nah kind of mood. So I put this shirt on and I was like, oh, this shirt is a really good fit. It fits really well. see right now, getting caught up, it is right now. I see right now that war has joined us. see right now that the Panda has joined us. This world needs a hero. Und wir haben auch haben wir Also now with us, we have got your boy Trusto. As I get caught up on the chat right now, I see there's some reference to hot weather. It so happens at this time, at the time of this recording, that there is a lot of hot weather going on and has been for the past week, maybe. Not so extraordinarily hot, but like upper limits of what each, area would expect. So yeah, it's pretty hot. Speaking of things that are hot, bringing the hotness. Of course it is. Corny. Wave. Music is with us. see, This World Needs a Hero says, where I am, it's 115 degrees Fahrenheit. It's pretty hot. Whoa. I don't know how hot it is here where I am. I think it's like 90. Maybe like 85 to 90. It's been roughly that temperature where I am for the past week or so. I think there might have been a little bit of a drop below that. But many days have been up around the 85 to 90 degree mark, which is pretty high. To my people in the year 8702, you might have different weather patterns, regardless of whether there has been any kind of change to the climate. But at this time, talking about 85 to 90 degrees is, for moderate parts of the globe, pretty warm. 85 to 90, that's pretty warm. sounds like, as I get caught up on the chat here, it sounds like Cornish is working on a new track for Soar. And I see there's some agreement going on with Panda. Panda saying that no one can jam like Cornish. I would heartily agree with that. Cornish, if you're not familiar with Cornish Waves music, you should check out his page, his YouTube page. Cornish is a part of the Hardware Jam and like Soar extended community. He's got all sorts of cool jam devices, hardware, synths, and whatever other cool stuff. Is there a theremin in there? I feel like there's a theremin in there somewhere now. Cornish makes these like really fulfilling mixes that are like ambient-y, but not just ambient-y, but also sometimes there's these cool little center stage things, but also there's a bigger element, and then you got some nice. It's a very good just with it experience. If you're down with synth music, you should check out Cornish Waves music. In the chat, Cornish has got the humble gratitude of such glorious praise, while also making a reference to Moser on the bass. If you're not familiar with who Moser is part of Symptoms of Reality, another page if you're not familiar with Symptoms of Reality. Symptoms of Reality is like 17 different things. Primarily, ostensibly, it is a duo of musicians who happen to be twins. One of them is Moser, and he plays the bass. And the other one is Trusto, who was here earlier. There's a lot more to say about Symptoms of Reality. But Moser on the bass, I would agree. Moser's dope. That's just like, every time I hear, you know what Moser has the quality of when I listen to Moser bass? It has the quality that it makes me feel like, hold on, let me take this down. There it is, there we go. Every time I listen to Moser on the bass, and for context, again, if you don't know Symptoms of Reality, Moser plays the bass, like a live bass, a live electric bass that is, you know, and his twin brother Trusto plays like a bunch of gear, a bunch of synths and whatever other stuff is populating the whole area. So they have this like ambient-y, but not always ambient-y. There's drums that are coming in too, and then Moser drops the bass lines on it. And man, when I listen to Moser bass lines, there's just like some Trusto ambience, some Trusto synths. You getting a nice like soundscape going on. Moser just comes with it with the bass. And I tell you, like, when I hear Moser on the bass, what it makes me feel like is I'm like, oh, this is what bass, okay. Look up bass in the dictionary, check out Moser. Oh, that's what, like, you know, a bass player is supposed to be doing in the track. Oh, I get it. That's why you want a bassist. That's why you want a live bassist. You don't want to, like, listen to my bass line. Here's my really excellent bass line. Wow, such bass. Very tone. But I listen to Moser, and as I say, I'm like, oh yes, live bassist. Uh-huh. I'm getting caught up in the chat right now, and I see that EM4 has joined us. which is really good. Getting caught up on the chat. See, there's some responses also to what I was saying earlier about Moser on the bass, and also to back up a little out of that, Symptoms of Reality. I see Panda says that when I described Symptoms of Reality earlier, I have to also include, there's a third person who's in Symptoms of Reality. So I said that Symptoms of Reality is primarily, ostensibly, a duo of musicians who are twins and blah, 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 everything I said earlier. But what I should have said, and Panda is correcting me, is that on camera, it's two musician brothers. But Symptoms of Reality actually has a third member who is Marilyn, which is Trusto's wife. And she sings. That's not always every single time, but that is another musical member. And more importantly, when they do their streams, Marilyn is like the, well, I don't know, ringleader? Is that what you'd say? She's the manager, she's like the stage manager, but she's an active part of every conversation. So yes, Panda, you're right. I should have said that Symptoms of Reality is three people, including Marilyn. Catching up further after that, I see that Moser has got one. He's got one of these, like, he says, geez, Recon, with this, like, embarrassed face. That is cute. This cute list. Cornish adds that Trusto is also amazing and Marilyn's voice is super. I'm with it. I'm with it. Panda says that when I do my stuff, me being me, reconsiderate. Panda says I do stuff on the 505s that he can't work out. I'm interested to hear more. I recently began my other flavor of live stream, my other new flavor of live stream. Whereas this one that you're watching right now is a tinkering in the studio, meaning there's like no format or plan at all. I'm just like, duh, buttons, and talking with you about whatever we're talking about, like Moser's awesome on the bass, and you should go check out Cornish and all of this. A tinkering in the studio stream has basically no structure at all. We just chat and play music and such. But I have multiple different kinds of streams. I'll have the menu, well, I'll put the menu up now, look at it. So right in the lower right, we got Tinkering the Studio. That's right now. But right above that, we got 505 beat making. So if you're interested in what I'm doing on the loopers and how I'm doing it, I talk about that kind of stuff in 505 beat making. I just spend an hour making a beat and talking about what I'm doing and giving you 505 related insights. It's actually been a pretty popular new series of streams, so I plan to keep doing them. And I always invite you, whoever, you know, whether we're specifically talking about Panda because he said the loopers are cool, how do you do stuff? But also anyone, whoever's within the sound of my voice. If you do have things you want to know about the 505s, those streams are a good time to tell me. You should come to one of those streams and just be like, hey, what was that? Or leave a comment about it or something. I do those streams strictly on demand. I do those in response to a demand. I'm supplying for a demand. So let me know what you want to know, if there's anything specific. Otherwise, just come hang out with us because they're pretty fun. Sometimes people do ask stuff. Cornish was asking stuff the other day in one of those 505 streams. It was a really good time. Cornish also says that I rap. That is to say me, Recon. I rap. Which is true. I do rap. I'm thinking about writing another one of these. I know that my, like the format of my content is not necessarily something you have memorized, that you could like list off all the ways that I release content on YouTube. But one of them is, just recently I have a new way of releasing content, that I take the beats that I make on my live streams, because I make a lot. I make like, what was it, like 40 or more, let's say. At least 40 beats, typically, per month on these live streams. Just doing like a tinkering in the studio. We do a beat and hang out and talk about stuff. I jam on the synth and everything. But then I save the beat after it's made. Speaking of which, I should keep building this one because there's a whole nother layer I need to do. What am I going to use for this one? Oh, that's going to be nice. What was I talking about? Something about some kind of thing. Oh, I save my beats for my live streams. But now, here's what I'm building up to. Now I have the new format that I release content, which is after the streams. After I take the beat and I save the beat, then I go make a song with the beat. So I've been releasing those kind of sporadically over the past maybe month or two. Only, I think, 5, question mark? I think 5 of these videos exist. And here's why I'm saying all this. Some of them are rap. I'm bringing rap back into my rotation. And I'm doing it through that avenue or venue or, I don't know, content type. And I do have, it so happens, you're really going to be happy to hear this. It so happens, I happen to have some inspiration at the moment that would be good to work through via the process of rap, my written raps. If you're not familiar with that story, by the way, oh man, pull up a chair, like let's sit down by the campfire. Like, what is it that I'm doing when I rap? I don't know anyone else who talks about their lyrics like this, but I'm very confident that many lyricists do what I'm about to describe. I'm just not familiar. I don't recall ever hearing anyone talk about this. But what am I doing with my raps when I rap? Am I doing like a political call to arms? Is that what I'm doing with my raps? No, the answer is no. That's not what I'm doing. Am I like riffing on some cool wordplay? A little. It's not the main focus. Not the main focus. There's some, interesting, fun wordplay. Am I talking about pop culture things and let's have a discussion about the Super Bowl, or even reference to other rap artists or hip hop culture? Is that the kind of stuff that I talk about when I rap? Is that what's happening? Nope. No, that's not what I rap about. Usually when I rap, here's what I'm doing. Or writing lyrics in general. Because once in a while I'll write lyrics that are not exactly rap. you can listen to my solo album, Sidestep, which is in the upper, behind me over there, the upper right. It's like red and orange, you can almost see it. There's at least one song on there that's not exactly rap. It's pretty much still rap, but it's not exactly. Anyway, when I write lyrics, what am I writing about? What's the subject matter? It's generally about me working through things and leaving a trail behind me. That's effectively what my raps are. They are the trail that I left behind as I worked through some thing of some kind. And so when I originally started writing lyrics back in like let's say like the early 2000s, so like 2002 or earlier than that, but let's say roughly 2000-ish. How about that? What I would do is, effectively think my way through, imagine my way through, sort of project myself into various futures, as well as recollect from whatever my reconstruction of the past is. If you didn't know that, by the way, you don't actually store your memories. What you really store is like experiences that you use to reconstruct the memory later. You don't actually, it's not like you have memories that you store like a file. Here's my files on my computer, all of my memories. That's not what it's like. They're more like executables that you run. They're experiences that you can relive, and in reliving, you reconstruct your memories. And friends, I'm happy to tell you, I've lost track of what led me to talking about memories being instructions and not more like instructions and not like, a document or a video file. Was I suggesting that we coin a neologism such as rememberies? Like we can talk about, we could use the word memories like an NPC. Let's use the word memory. Oh yeah, look at me, I use the same words as everyone else. Or you could be cool and hip. Now, I don't mean to. Here, let me stop everything for a second. Let me just bring everything to a big halt. I don't mean to brag too much, but when you're concerned with whether something is cool and hip, like I'm definitely the main authority on that kind of thing. So it's appropriate that comes up here on this Tinkering in a Studio stream. Please like this video. Moser says, what's the details on this song? You did hear correctly, Moser. It is an F sharp, that's right. Beats per minute is 143.6. Cornish says Recon Raps would win some hardware jams. You think so? It would have to also have a good beat underneath it, though. It can't be just like, which frankly is all, that sort of is all my beats are. They're just me being like, and the mooper, the mooper. I like that, the mooper. The looper makes. I was trying to contract those words. The looper makes it sound nice, but it's really just me going blah. But maybe I could win a hardware jam with some rap. So anyway, that's what I was building up to. I was just saying that I do that. I now release songs with rap in them occasionally. It's probably going to pick up the frequency because I haven't written any rap in like 4 years, question mark. 4-ish, 4+. I'm not sure exactly when. It might be 4+. No, I'm gonna say Actually, it might be 4 minus. Let's say 3 to 4 years. Anyway, a number of years. So it's like I'm not really in the habit of it. Based on symptoms of reality, all 3 of them, they, a number of months ago, maybe even like a year ago, they used to always come in the chat and say that I need to rap, and all this. So because of them, thanks a lot, symptoms of reality, thanks. Because of them, now I'm freestyling a lot. Like when I'm driving, I'm practicing freestyling. So I'm doing a lot with rap off camera. And now, as I say, you're starting to see that I'm coming back with some written raps. Usually it's like a 16-bar verse. Some written raps in my, I save the beat from a live stream, I go make a song with it, and now I got some written raps. So that's coming out. It's going to come out more frequently. And I still didn't finish my story about what I'm doing with my raps. I know it's long and complicated, but that's how things go. That's how I am. If you get me talking about something that I'm interested in, I'll be like, allow me to sit you down for 3.75 hours, my good sir, and unload much information and context and interpretation and possibilities upon you. And rest assured that when I'm telling you things that I'm really interested in and I go on for 3.75 hours telling you things that you didn't realize there was so much depth in all of this stuff I'm talking about, rest assured, in that time, I will fully just assume that you are as enthralled by it and as into it as I am. I'm going to assume that you are just like, yes, this topic that Recon is going into for 3.75 hours and giving so much detailed information in, this is exactly how I am hoping to spend my time, this limited time that I get to spend in this human body, in this incarnation, with this set of limitations. This is exactly how I want to spend my time, just listening intently to reconsider it. Going into all sorts of detail about why he raps and all sorts of other stuff too. So now that we're on the same page about that, my friends, allow me to continue why I rap. It's not quite 3.75 hours yet. So when I first started writing raps back in, as I say, early 2000s, first writing lyrics, not just raps, I would write a song. Usually it was vaguely approximating a 16-bar verse or a little simple, chorus verse type of thing. Eventually I started getting into like really bizarre, like I would write like a random number generator to make different lengths of verses and things like that, different lengths of like poems and haikus, like number of syllables for haikus and things like that. I would do all sorts of experimental stuff. But when I wrote some lyrics, what I was doing intentionally for myself was this, kind of a meditation, because I'm working through something, as I say, in the lyrics. I start with something that is a problematic or unresolved situation of some kind. An experience of my own, a personal experience of my own, I should clarify. So that's why I say I don't like write, political raps. But I write about something I'm experiencing and which is not done yet, not complete yet, not resolved yet, or that I wish to enhance, but something that an experience I'm having. And so I start writing the lyrics from in that like unfinished, unresolved experience of mine, some kind of emotional this or that, something related to other people, some kind of relationship problem, something that's like weighing on me, something I'm thinking a lot about, something I'm not done with, something I'm preoccupied by. I start there. And then I just spend time with it, going through, let's say 16 bars or however long the song is. Here I wrote a whole, 3-bar thing, or 3-verse track with the chorus and everything, and there's a bridge in there too somewhere. But I write the song as I move through the difficult thing. And as I say, I'm leaving the trail behind. That's what the lyrics are. They are the trail of how I moved through the thing and got to something that at least is like treading water. At least is, not exactly satisfactory, but it's more stable, temporarily stable. I have a little raft. I made a little raft for myself to get through this torment. And I didn't just write the song so that I get through the torment that one time, but rather this is like a practical life skill. When I say this next thing, this might change your whole attitude about lyrics, and you might even change your behavior in one way or another, like how you listen to lyrics and which lyrics you listen to. You might even adopt new lyric writing practices of your own. This might transform something for you. I'm sorry to say that I have that effect on literally every person who I interact with. Something transformative always happens. For them, to be clear. And me too. That's why it happens for them. I have to transform first, and then I bring them with me. And that's sort of what my lyrics are. To get to the punchline. What's the transformational thing that might change your behavior in one way or another? It's that I'm writing my lyrics with this knowledge, frankly, that I'm going to sit there and mix it. I'm going to listen to these lyrics a million times. And that's going to impact me. That's going to impact my subconscious as I listen to it over and over and over, as I'm mixing it, as I'm writing it, as I'm practicing it, as I record it. I'm going to hear these lyrics a million times. That's going to affect my subconscious. Speaking of which, we need to bring the topic of persuasion into these live streams. But for now, I'm going to stick with the lyrics. So I'm effectively programming my own subconscious anytime I write a song. And so while I'm writing the lyrics, one of the dimensions that I'm writing the lyrics on, there's the unresolved problem that I'm working my way through. There's the 2 or 3 layers of multi-syllable rhymes that I'm working through. Of course, there's rhyming and timing and keep it within 16 bars and all. There's so many things I'm thinking through. But another thing that I'm thinking through, yet another layer, another dimension to the recon lyrics, as I'm writing them, I'm thinking about what kind of trail do I want to leave behind that will benefit future me as I program myself with this. Do I want to say some lyrics that are going to be really destructive and they're going to be, regressing me? Are these indulgent of some kind of feeling? That's going to keep me regressed and stuck if I put that into a recording and listen to it over and over. So I'm always moving forward in my lyrics. The trail that I leave behind is generally a way to program future me with some good thing, some way out of some hole. That's it. I'm done. I've told my story. It hasn't been 3.75 hours quite. I see there's a lot of chat. Hold on, I'm going to do something unprecedented. Look at this. I got the mic off the stand. There's so much chat that it went off the screen. What's happening right now? Let me turn some of this down a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of chat. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. What did I miss here? What's happening? Okay, I think I got it. All right, I'm caught up to the spot that led me to that huge tangent about my raps, where Cornish said that I should do some raps and some hardware jams. This week, oh, by the way, if you don't know what Hardware Jams is, it looks like it's starting in like a half hour. Hardware Jams is a online community of synth enthusiasts like Cornish, like myself, because I just use a looper and Hydrasynth, like Symptoms of Reality. They're just hardware. Moser's got the bass. Trusto's got all the, gear that I couldn't even list out. He's got the more full version of the Hydrasynth. I have the Hydrasynth Explorer. He's got the full one. Anyway, Hardware Jams, weekly challenge. A few dozen people usually submit a song. This week's challenge is panning. I submitted one because Cornish told me to. Not because I always have panning in all of my songs, so it was trivially simple for me to just slap something together in 2 minutes. It was because Cornish told me to. So I'm still getting caught up on the chat here. Panda says, lyrics written from memory is personal and soulful. Wow, I like the concise way that you stated that. I agree with that, yeah. I think those words apply to mine now, actually. Personal, they're definitely personal. And soulful, I don't know if I can be the one to say that, but if you say so, I'm not gonna push back on that. Oh man, this is really good because Symptoms of Reality is with us, which is really good. And I see that there's some hashtagging going on. Symptoms of Reality says, what does it say? Recon do more raps. Okay, I think I parsed the English correctly. That's good. It's not like recond, omo, re-raps. That's not what it is. That would be parsing the English incorrectly. Panda says, hashtag do more raps. Symptoms of Reality. All right. I didn't even notice, but Symptoms of Reality actually anticipated that it might not be clear what the hashtag is, and then did some capitalization to make it more obvious. So now we are certain that it says Recon do more raps. Recon raps. Whew, man. There's a lot going on here. So anyway, all of that was also brought about because, as I was saying, I may in fact be writing some raps. Actually today, I would like to spend some time today working on a song. I have what do I have? Maybe like eight or so beats right now from, something in the past month or so of streams that I am considering doing something with. And of those 8 or so, there's 2 or 3 beats that okay, this would be easy to rap on. We could do some raps on this one. So I'm thinking of grabbing one of those maybe later today. No promises on that. But that'd be cool. I still have to finish this beat here because there's a whole nother layer that I haven't added over here. Another instrument I need to use. Oh, that's right. I'm getting caught up on the chat. Viral did his final stream for a month yesterday. We're going to be viral-less for the next month. Also, if you didn't see on Viral's page, he just did this really cool, would you call it like a sound experiment? He did this cool video where he went to, I think it was some kind of skate park, and there's some kind of enclosed with all the concrete, area where people could go skateboard. And he did some kind of acoustic experiment, I don't know what to call it, with natural reverb from all the acoustic and the half pipes and all that. So if you haven't seen that on Viral's page, he just put that up in the, past couple days. That was pretty cool. That was it not only is cool just the music, but it's a cool idea. That's a cool, pushing the boundaries kind of thing. I like that. All these wires. I'm still trying to get caught up on the chat here. There's so much. pretty caught up. There's some nice like community, like in community discussion. Have you ever heard the difference between high context and low context communication? You ever heard that terminology before? High context and low context communication. This also might be eye-opening for you in a way. I'm a professional presenter and educator. If my demeanor and like put togetherness wasn't an indicator of that. I've been doing this for like 25 years. I've taught thousands of people. I've coached hundreds of people one-on-one through like, I'll go observe them, give a presentation or teach a class, and I'll give them detailed, personalized feedback about it, improve this or that. Like tailor-made coaching for your speaking skills. So there's this idea of high context and low context communication when it comes to communication or speaking. Once I give you the definition, you're going to have this experience of like, that makes sense. Now that you say those definitions, those words kind of mean that. It has to do with the fact that most communication is on, let's say, a spectrum of you have to already know some other stuff in order to know what this means. You have to already have some other context to know what this really means. And most communication, it's on a spectrum regarding how much context you need. So like, if you're I'm trying to think of a good example that's a positive example. Oh, this is a hilarious example. Here's some bad, like some not good examples that'll make you get it. If you're like walking around, going for a walk around the block or something, and somebody's like, fire! You'd be like, wait a minute, what kind of fire? Hold on. Wait a second. Before I make any decisions regarding whether I'm going to run, you have to explain to me what kind of fire is present. Like, you would need no more information. You would know exactly what that means. Oh, fire, that's a physical danger to my body. You don't need to explain anything, nor what action you need to take. That kind of communication does not require a lot of context. You'd say that's like a low context communication. But some other kinds of communications, like if I said something like, put it on the third shelf, you'd be like, hold on, wait, what's it? And which shelf? What are you talking about? Where on the shelf? There's all this other information you need in order to know what the person is saying. That kind of communication requires high context, setting. Generally speaking, high context communication is for in-group communication. It's for people who have a lot of experiences together, who work on things together. They have a shared vocabulary. They have a shared memory. They have a shared, set of conduct, set of expectations. They have a shared direction of what they feel is the forward direction, or at least an okay direction. So there's all this additional context, and they can just give each other a look. This would be like a family or a close team of some sort, whether that's at work or literally like a sports team or something like that. But people who have spent a lot of time together, a lot of shared vocabulary, shared all of this. That's a high context communication setting, and they don't have to say a lot in order to communicate properly, in order to communicate effectively. However, that is the sign of something that could use a lot of work as a speaker, or, a live streamer, or a podcaster, or whatever the case is. You can always tell who's the high professional in that context, being a podcaster, being a live streamer, being a presenter, being an educator. You can tell who's the professional because they do not assume a high context communication expectation. They provide context for you. They bring you with them. You may have noticed when I talk about all of our people here in the community, I'm like, oh, if you don't know Cornish, blah, 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 blah about Cornish, he's dope, go check out his stuff. Oh, if you don't know Symptoms of Reality, Moser's got the bass. And I'm bringing you up to speed on everything. I spend time to set it up. I set it up. That's why you understand what I'm talking about. That's why you follow along. That's why you feel like it's very clear to understand what I'm saying at any given time. That's why you feel like we're on the same page. That's also why you feel like I'm talking directly to you. This is all technique. This is like, these are the kinds of skills that I coach people on one-on-one. I've coached hundreds of people. They all tell me things like, anything ranging from, yeah, I guess you're right. I was kind of skeptical going into this because my manager, required that I do this coaching hoop to jump through. But even though I was skeptical, after working with you, like, you're really good. Like, I improved multiple things. That's kind of the lowest level that people say to me. But a lot of other people look forward to it. The people I work with, I have a reputation. People know me. People want to work with me. And it ranges all the way up to like all of this, extravagant, you've not only helped me improve my speaking, you've changed my life, all of that. That's the kind of coaching I do professionally. And I not only do that coaching, not to brag too much here, I not only do that coaching myself, I've coached hundreds of people, but I also coach other coaches. So I'm a coach of coaches. Usually I say this as how I'm a trainer of trainers of trainers. I train the trainers who train trainers, in addition to doing the training of trainers myself. I'm the man. I'm the guy. So I intend on these streams to share more tips like this, to share more things like, hey, assume low context, assume people don't know what you're talking about, bring people up to where you are, to bring them with you. I'm going to bring in other things like that in future streams. I'm going to keep talking about this. I also brought up the topic of persuasion earlier. That also is going to start getting worked in. That's a big topic in my mind. That's something that more people need to be talking about. There's a certain baseline of people who do understand what I talk about when I say persuasion, which means like influencing your environment. And this goes by a lot of different names in different contexts. If we're talking about just like one-on-one with, a friend, you might ask them, oh, could you get me that, remote control that's sitting next to you? Could you hand me that? That's a form of persuasion. You're like getting someone to do something for you, but it's perfectly benign. Like there's nothing wrong. I mean, I guess you could argue whether there's something wrong with asking your friend to pass you the remote control or like a video game controller or something. I don't think there's anything morally objectionable to asking a friend whether they would please pass you a remote control. But persuasion has different appearances in different dimensions in different contexts. That includes things like, as a speaker, you do have to persuade your audience in a sense. You have to get their attention. You have to get them to follow along with you. You engage them in certain ways. So there's a persuasion element to communication. There is, in some other worlds, you might hear it described as magic with a K at the end. Magic, the art and science of having an influence upon your environment by successfully, systematically bringing about the changes that you wish to see in your environment. That's magic with a K at the end. And that's effectively a type of persuasion as well. But there's also the more high-level persuasion. Getting into all this like social control, media, brainwashing, that kind of stuff. I feel that I would like to contribute to raising awareness around that. So little things like this are going to come out in future streams. persuasion is going to start becoming a topic. And other things, like on the most recent Tinkering stream, we were talking about AI and consciousness and the different dimensions of consciousness, and how if all you do is repeat memories, repeat things that have already happened, that's like the lowest level of awareness. That's like an NPC level of awareness. There's some kind of consciousness that's keeping you from falling over. There's some kind of awareness there. But that's about the lowest level of awareness, where you just regurgitate what you absorbed from your environment. A higher level of awareness beyond that includes bringing about something from nothing, bringing about something unprecedented, a creative influence upon your environment. So these sorts of things also are part of what I'm going to be talking about in Tinkering in Studio. Plus my lyrics and how I write them in order to program my mind. And if you want to also program your mind with the way out of a hole, you should listen to my lyrics, because that's all they are. They're ladders out of holes, or however else you want to have a metaphor around that. Thomas says, listen to this, man. This is so interesting. Listening to what I'm talking about, so interesting. Viral says he heard something like this in his communications class. You know, I need to reposition where I keep the chats, because I talk over here when I'm looking at the camera, or I talk like this, where I'm just sort of like looking off in this direction where there doesn't seem to be much from your perspective. But the chat is over here, so it's like I have to go and turn. So I need to do a better job of having more of a real-time chat and speaking kind of setup. So I wish I knew which part of that Viral was referring to. So I was talking something about communication and such. I'm with it. Panda says, but wait, if I'm the trainer of trainers of trainers, then who trains the trainer of trainers of trainers? Well, the guy from before me. The guy who trained me. That's who. So once you get to the top of the pyramid, then that is passed along by direct, transmission. There's always one person who's the lead of this area. I do have a co-lead, actually. There's two of us. But the lead or leads, let's say, generally are keeping alive the sacred flame. It's like this carried tradition. And while each lead, of course, adds little cool things and flair and stuff, there is still the core essence that must never change. So that's who trains the trainer of trainers and trainers. The one from before him, the previous trainer of trainers of trainers. Friends, I still haven't made that final layer here, so I'm gonna go leap into that right now. This has been a very exciting and glorious tinkering in the studio stream. We got a nice beat here going on. I wonder if I'll use this one for anything. Will I make a nice little song out of this? Whatever the case may be, my friends, I am going to do the world's fastest cheers of celebration at this time. If you are joining us, whether you're here live in the chat, whether you are here live but not in the chat, whether you are joining us after the stream, grab your drink, my friends. It's coming real fast on 3. We're going to cheers and celebrate our togetherfulness. It goes like this when it all begins on the very beginning part of 1. That was very good. But it continues very fast as we go to 2. And then, of course, my friends, it goes to 3. Clink. Cheers, my friends. Oh, that's good. Please like this video. I hope to see you on the next live stream. We have a delicious menu here on the Reconsider It's Music Sketchpad. Variety of live streams. Today we're in the lower right corner, tinkering in the studio. No structure at all. Lots of looping and synth and talking and whatever happens. Above that in the upper right, we got the 505 beat making. I make a beat with just the loopers, no synthesizer. And I talk about what I'm doing on the loopers. I'm doing this sound, I make it like this. Here's a strategy of mine. Join us for 505 beat making. The upper left, we got loops and chill. That's where I do a whole performance. It looks like a put together song, but I'm improvising the whole thing from start to finish. Usually we fit in 4 or 5 beats, maybe 6 beats into loops and chill. Join us for loops and chill. In the lower left, we got unspoken, a lot like today, where it was just loopers and the synthesizers, improv, who knows what's going to happen. Except on an unspoken stream, there's no talking at all. Join us for unspoken. And until then, my friends, please have a very excellent and fulfilling rest of your day today. Please let the rest of your day today bring you safety and enhancement and healing today. Please let the rest of your day today rejuvenate you and protect you today. Please let the rest of your day today be the beginning of a great journey, a great new level of enlightened journeyfulness for you. What is real anyway? Let today be the beginning of a new day for you. Entirely new horizons opening up for you today. Please let this happen. Please extend your hand and engage in the best possible day today. And I will see you in the next Reconsider It live stream.